Mabuhay, this is Bob from Love Beyond the Sea. My channel is about marriage to a woman from the Philippines. I've been married since 2015. Today I want to talk about some subtle behaviors that a man or a woman can show that when they say they love you, they might not. But you have to watch out for these signs. And so if you're looking to date somebody from the Philippines, for example, like I did, these are some things to look out for. Because one of the things you hear a lot from Filipinas is, I love you. So I've always felt it's best to wait until you're there together or you propose before you say something like that. Because as you'll see, they need to be backed up. Excuse me. So let's start with the first one. He or she avoids emotional intimacy. And by the way, I always forget, please subscribe here to Love Beyond the Sea and leave a comment. Have you been fooled by this before? Are these signs that you're actively looking for? For example, avoiding emotional intimacy. And emotional intimacy, that's a deep shared understanding and connection that forms between two people when they honestly share their feelings, thoughts, and experiences with each other in a relationship. Emotional intimacy is just as important as physical intimacy. It's the glue that holds the relationship together, deepening the bonds between the partners. However, if a man or woman says they love you but don't mean it, they might actively avoid this level of closeness. For example, keeping conversations superficial, dodge serious topics about feelings or the future, or become defensive when you try to delve deeper. And this is one that you might find looking for someone from the Philippines. Another one being overly secret. Excuse me. About every word I say, I'm trying not to cough, so good thing I've only done it twice. Overly secret. Now, they say you might be thinking, this is from globalediting.com, isn't a certain level of secrecy natural in order to maintain personal space? Yes, but there's a fine line between maintaining personal space and being overly secretive. Building on the previous point about emotional intimacy, taking a closer look at being overly secret, if a man or woman says they love you, they would naturally want to share their life with you. And that includes their thoughts, dreams, fears, even the mundane details of his day. After all, love fosters a sense of openness and mutual sharing. Have you seen that in your online experiences, or when you're with Filipina when you're there together, most likely in the Philippines? If someone, though, is constantly withholding information or avoiding direct answers or questions about his life or activities, it's a subtle sign they may not genuinely mean it when they say they love you. It's another red flag. Another one, inconsistency. For example, they're all over you one day and then distant the next. And that can be mind-boggling, they say. One of the hallmarks, though, of genuine love is consistency. A man who truly loves you won't flip-flop in his attitude towards you. His or her feelings are steady, and it shows in their behavior. But in a situation when they say they love you but don't really mean it, you might find that behavior towards you like a roller coaster. And of course, they say this inconsistency can be draining and emotionally unsettling. It's a subtle sign their feelings might not be as genuine as they profess. I'm turning the word he into they here. Another one, they don't include you in their future plans, yet they say they love you. When someone says they love you, they see you as an integral part of their future. They say he, because it's written by a woman, makes plans that include you, and he's excited to share those plans with you. But if he doesn't mean it, his vision of the future might look a bit different. You might notice that he or she avoids talking about the future. And when they do talk about the future, it's usually about their individual plans and goals, and the other person is seldom a part of these long-term plans. Exclusion from future plans is another subtle sign that his or her feelings might not be genuine. It's something worth taking note of in your relationship. Another one is rarely initiating contact. I'm going to just ad-lib here on my own. For example, you're trying to communicate with somebody online. Sometimes they'll contact you first. Filipinas, thrilled to have a foreigner contacting them. And so some guys say, yeah, she's always contacting me. And that's probably a good sign, unless you feel like they're overdoing it. But, if one of you, let's say the man is doing all the contacting, eventually you might come to the point that it feels a little odd that they're not kind of reciprocating and messaging you first, whatever your plan is, or suggesting the next way to get together. If it's only one person doing that and the other person rarely does, that might be a red flag. Another one is not making sacrifices for you. This is more likely with a couple that is living together, not making sacrifices despite being told that they love you. Another one here, number 7, being dismissive of your feelings. Well, if somebody says they love you and they're dismissing your feelings, that should be pretty easy to notice. It's a clear sign that they probably do not love you, because when someone really loves you truly, they value your feelings. Your happiness is their happiness. Your pain is their pain. I've told my wife that many times before. They listen when you express your feelings, try to understand and validate them, rather than dismissing or belittling them. And the last one, they are hot and cold with their affection. And again, this is mostly for if you're together. They say consistency is key. Genuine love is steady, not sporadic. A man who truly loves you, or a woman, will be consistent with the way they show their affection. They don't shower you with love and attention one day, then withdraw it the next. So their affection, if their affection is unpredictable as a roller coaster, sad to say, he's not likely, or she's not likely, to be the real deal. So that's all the time I'm going to spend on that. Leave your comments about this. I hear a lot of guys say that the Filipinos say they love you, like right away, first week or two of their relationship. And maybe during that time they've only spoken a few times, and they say they love you. And I suppose it's possible the man could do the same thing, and at the risk of hurting someone, I'll just say I don't believe that. I don't think you can say you love someone that soon. You can be infatuated, and I'll say that really until you're married. You've made that commitment, you've had the ceremony, now you're husband and wife, all the witnesses know it, and you're going to put married on all of your paperwork. That's the time to start showing love, because you're saying you're going to be married for the rest of your life. And so it can't waver. So you have to be very consistent. You don't say, I love you 1 year, and then you don't love them the next. There's going to be a lot of things to test and try your love. So saying this, you must really mean it. And like they said, you have to back that up with actions. Leave a comment. Please subscribe here on Love Beyond the Sea.